All right, greetings everybody. My name is Tracy and this presentation is for our assignment number 2. For this presentation, I'll be discussing enhancing professional development for clinical faculty through the implementation of Kolb's experiential learning theory. So here we go. During this presentation, we will outline 3 key learning objectives. The first one is to identify the key principles and components of Kolb's experiential learning theory. Then explore the applications of Kolb's theory in an educational and professional development setting, and gain insights into the different stages of Kolb's learning cycle and how they can be implemented in designing effective learning experiences. So professional development for clinical faculty plays a vital role in equipping educators with the necessary skills and knowledge to be effectively teaching in a classroom setting. Kolb's experiential learning theory emphasizes the importance of practical experience and active participation in the learning process, aligning with learner-centered and experiential education approaches. Instructors may foster successful teaching methods and enhance student learning outcomes by incorporating Kolb's theory into professional development programs to build meaningful learning experiences that connect the theory with the practice. So this presentation and the paper explores the implementation of Kolb's theory as a comprehensive framework for designing and facilitating effective learning experiences, and discusses how the framework can be applied to enhance professional development for the clinical faculty. So for the implementation, we will be conducting a professional development session for clinical faculty who have recently joined the university to be classroom instructors. This lesson plan here is designed to teach the faculty about Kolb's theory within the framework of the methodology of Kolb, or of his theory. The proposed lesson plan designed for faculty professional development training is based on Kolb's experiential learning theory and aims to teach faculty members how to create an effective learning event within their future classrooms. The course structure here incorporates activities aligned with the 4 stages of the learning cycle, including simulated classroom sessions, reflective observation, connecting the experiences to the theoretical frameworks, and active experimentation through planning and execution of their own learning event. Reflection is encouraged throughout the course to enhance faculty members' understanding and professional growth. Content will be introduced to display the significance of each stage, and each learning style will be discussed in relation to the implementation of the theory. Additionally, a step-by-step guide will be provided to demonstrate how Kolb's experiential learning theory can be integrated into a professional development session or process for educators. And by organizing professional development for new clinical faculty using Kolb's experiential learning theory, we can emphasize the significance of personal experience in enhancing the learning process. By incorporating the hands-on experiences and reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation, the new faculty members can actively engage in their own learning and gain a deeper understanding of effective teaching practices. The implementation will take place during the professional development program for new faculty members, which is conducted in a synchronous classroom setting, aiming to create an interactive and engaging learning environment for faculty to apply the concepts and strategies to their own teaching practice. The target audience for this implementation is new and or recent faculty who are formally trained clinicians and will be entering the classroom to teach students within a formal classroom setting. So implementation theory and the associated constructs, according to Kolb, 1984, knowledge is formed by transforming experiences, emphasizing the value of active participation and reflection in the learning process. Kolb's theory of experiential learning is a comprehensive framework that emphasizes the cyclical nature of learning and development. Kolb presents a 4-stage learning cycle framework that includes concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation. In the concrete experience stage, individuals consider their direct experiences, giving value to the knowledge that they acquired through their firsthand encounters and outside interactions. The reflective observation stage involves taking a step back and observing or reflecting on those experiences, seeking to understand the underlying meaning and significance of those events. Abstract conceptualization is the next stage and involves the fusing of new knowledge with pre-existing theoretical frameworks by connecting the observations and the experiences into larger concepts or theories. The last stage of Kolb's theory of experiential learning is active experimentation, which encourages individuals to apply their new insights and theories to use in the real world context, testing and improving their comprehension through practical experimentation. These four stages collectively foster effective learning outcomes and facilitate the application of newfound knowledge, skills, and experiences. Kolb's experiential learning theory has two axes. The horizontal axis represents the transformation of knowledge that happens between reflective observation and active experimentation. The vertical axis represents the grasping of knowledge that happens between concrete experience and abstract conceptualization. That's according to Hayden and Osborne 2020. The axes divide the cyclical diagram into four learning styles, represented by the four quadrants that you see here that encompass diverging, which emphasizes emotional and imaginative engagement, assimilating, which emphasizes logical and thoughtful comprehension, converging, which emphasizes problem solving and practical application, and then accommodating, which prioritizes hands on learning and instinctual decision making. By integrating Kolb's theory into professional development programs for clinical faculty, educators can create meaningful and transformative learning experiences that bridge that gap between theory and practice. So taking a look at the literature review that was explored, we explored the implementations and applications of Kolb's theory in various educational settings, highlighting its potential for enhancing learning outcomes and providing guidance for instructional design and professional development programs. So Healy and Jenkins 2000 highlighted how Kolb's experiential learning theory can be applied in the design of geography courses, demonstrating how each stage of the learning cycle corresponds to specific learning stages. They provide examples of how the theory can be practically implemented, such as using reading materials for the quote substitute for the concrete experience, engaging in reflective observation through group discussions, delivering a lecture for abstract conceptualization, and promoting the application of the knowledge through the group projects. They also emphasize that the instructors should be mindful of their own learning preferences and avoid favoring one teaching strategy over another when they structure their courses. Hashim et al. In 2022 developed a research design that explored the integration of Kolb's experiential learning theory and multimodal inputs in the development of an augmented reality or AR application for the learning environment. The design applies Kolb's theory in a structured framework with different phases, focusing on concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation. The study demonstrated the positive effects of incorporating those multimodal inputs in terms of learning efficacy, engagement, competency, suggesting that that framework can actually enhance learning outcomes. However, the researchers in Hashim et al. 2022 recommend further research to expand and refine the framework. So this example showcases the potential of leveraging technology to create immersive and interactive learning experience that bridge that theory practice gap, with implications for professional development and programs within within clinical faculty development. Moving on to Wingen, Mayer et al. 2022, they applied Kolb's theory as a framework in the medical case-based learning simulations, combining concrete experience and reflective observation in stage 1 by providing the patient's chief complaint. In stage 2, students engaged in the abstract conceptualization to analyze clinical reasoning and develop possible diagnoses. Stage 3 involved active experimentation with the standardized patient or actors practicing the concepts that they learned. And the final stage brought together concrete experience and reflective observation, allowing students to reflect on their experiences. Student evaluations indicated that the value of these discussions and the practice and the interaction with the instructors was extremely valuable. The authors suggest that further research should be done to examine students' performance with similar real-life patients. Rosser et al. 2016 advocated for integrating Kolb's theory in undergraduate planning program, emphasizing the importance of experiential learning throughout the curriculum. They proposed a scaffolded approach where real-world examples support the delivery of academic knowledge and skills, benefiting students' understanding and application of those theoretical concepts. This approach can also be applied to the professional development programs for clinical faculty, allowing them to engage in those practical experiences to enhance their teaching skills, such as shadowing, role-playing, or structured work experiences. The integration of Kolb's theory in these contexts has shown very positive effects on learning efficacy, engagement, and competency. These particular studies provide evidence for the effectiveness of implementing Kolb's theory in professional development programs within the clinical faculty setting. So, overall research design. The research design and methodology section here outlines the approach for evaluating the implementation of Kolb's experiential learning theory in professional development. A mixed methods approach combining quantitative and qualitative data will be employed in here. We have a pre and post assessment surveys will be deployed, as well as faculty self-assessment surveys, and simulated classroom observations will also be used as part of the data collection process. Quantitative analysis methods such as statistical analysis and qualitative analysis approaches such as thematic analysis will be used for the data analysis. The research design aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of the impact of implementing Kolb's theory on the professional faculty development program. So the setting, description, and justification, the implementation of Kolb's experiential learning theory will take place in a professional development program for faculty members within a classroom setting. Conducting the program in a physical classroom fosters an interactive and collaborative learning environment where faculty members can actively engage in the lessons and apply the concepts to their own teaching practice. The setting provides a conducive space for hands-on activities, reflective discussions, and group interactions. Participants and selection. The target audience for this research is new and or recent faculty members who are formally trained clinicians and will be entering the classroom to teach students within a formal classroom setting. These faculty members will have less than 5 years of experience as formal instructors or educators and will have never participated in a formal faculty development program designed to teach the teacher. The selection of the participant group allows for a focused examination of the impact of Kolb's theory on professional development in early career clinical faculty. For data collection and justification, again, the research study will utilize a pre and post survey adopted from Walker and Rossini's validated instrument 2021 to assess the impact of experiential learning. These surveys combined with direct measurements can demonstrate the effectiveness of practical application in the learning. Emphasis will be placed on the importance of gathering faculty perspectives by administering the surveys before and after the experiential learning event to track improvement, and by incorporating a pre and post experience questionnaire within the professional development for our clinical faculty. We can gain insights into their thoughts and overall learning outcomes by going this route. The survey will include both quantitative response questions and qualitative open text question responses. The data collected from the surveys will be analyzed using statistical analysis methods to identify significant changes, if any. The qualitative data from the open text questions will be analyzed using thematic analysis to gain a deeper insight into faculty members' experiences and perspectives. The combination of the quantitative and qualitative analysis methods provides a comprehensive understanding of the impact of implementing Kolb's theory in the faculty development session. Collecting data through these multiple sources enables a comprehensive evaluation of the overall implementation's effectiveness. Moving on to potential threats of validity. For potential threats to validity in the research design and implementation could include selection bias if the target population is not accurately represented, um, experimenter bias if the facilitators unknowingly contribute their own bias to the study, and then there is a potential for the Hawthorne effect in which the participants modify their behavior during the program due to their awareness of being observed, and that's per Pereira of 2023. So to mitigate potential threats to validity of the study, the researcher will employ various strategies such as random sampling techniques to guarantee a representative sample. They can implement a detailed training process for the facilitators to minimize the experimenter bias, and then create a supportive and non-judgmental environment to lessen the Hawthorne effect. In the end, our intended outcomes include the intended outcomes of this research are to enhance professional development for clinical faculty by integrating Kolb's experiential learning theory. So that winds it up. A few references here, just reference page 1, references keep going, page 2, references page 3. Thanks for your attention. Any questions, please let me know. Few credits, of course, crediting Slides Go, Flat Icon, and Free Pick for their contributions to our slide design. Thank you, everybody.